love and kindness. So when I practice this tool, which is methodically designed by my guru, I started to experience selflessness for moments, for just a little moments. And then bliss started to flow inside me. I started to experience bliss even for a moment. And then I understood the difference between obligation, I have to be nice, I have to be kind, to true practice of humility, kindness, and love, and inculcating other virtues. We must not deviate from these practices because, irrespective of any path, we all have personality defects. We all have ego, the ego that separates from one to other, the ego that is divisive, that makes us separate from each other and sees each other differently. Like other people have said, these qualities are contagious. That I realized why I was so much attracted to my guru is this humility, kindness, and love. And now I commend HKL for developing this, for taking this mission in developing the leadership and trying to restore the balance in the world, because every time I deviate from these practices, I experience conflict, I experience problems with others, I experience problems with my family, myself, everyone else. Coming back to personality defect removal and ego removal is very simple. A simple introspection of what is going on in my mind at that particular point when I am speaking to my spouse, when I am speaking to my family, when I am speaking to my neighbor, what is happening in my mind. An analysis, analyzing where I can do better, what is the reason for my unhappiness, why I felt self-centered, why I did not think about this particular person. This is analysis. And then the third step is auto-suggestion. It's not affirmation, it's an auto-suggestion which is tailor-made to target the incorrect tendencies in our subconscious mind. Because subconscious mind is a powerhouse. Basically, everything happens there. It controls your conscious mind to behave in certain way. So when you change those impressions in subconscious mind, say I have the impression of anger, I have the impression of self-centeredness, you target the impression, change the habits, change the personality, immediately your decision-making changes. Immediately you decide to behave nice. It comes from within, it comes from the heart. So it's important to work on this process. We call in Hindi Swayam Suchana, or to give Suchana or the suggestion to your mind, to your subconscious mind. I want to tell a beautiful story about one seeker of our guru told me. One time he asked God, does this world belong to you? And God says, yes. Does this universe belong to you? Does this Milky Way, galaxies, all this belong to you? And God says, yes. So what do I have? And God said, I have you. So God himself is humble, humility, kindness, and love. So now, I will not take a lot of your time. This one beautiful sentence that my guru always teaches us is Vasudaika Kutumbakam, which means the world is my family. Just practice this humility, kindness, and love sincerely. You experience bliss, because ultimately, bliss gives you the inner motivation. Bliss, Anand, bliss means, it gives you the inner motivation, it gives you energy, because we all work on different energies. I can work on my physical energy, it has certain limitation. I can work on the energy of the mind, it has the limitation. But the energy of the Atma or the soul, it doesn't have the limitation, because it is that Sat, Chit, Anand, absolute truth, absolute conscious, absolute bliss. And I express my gratitude to every one of you for bringing me here, for making me part of HKL family. I bow on to my guru for this humble opportunity and for me to give this experience. Gratitude, gratitude, gratitude. Namaskar to everyone.
Thank you a lot, Brother Krishna. Someone who is a close friend to this movement and whom we already have met at Parma, Italy, we are missing today. But actually he was so kind to send us a video message which is about to be broadcasted right now. Please meet Professor Roberto Catalano, who is attendee and speaker of our conferences and representative of the International Office for Interreligious Dialogue, which is also called Focolare Movement. Thank you for your attention.
My dear brothers and sisters of unity and love, kindness and love, I've been honored to be part of the program which was held in Italy, my home country, where I reside. It was a program held last spring in the city of Parma. I gained so much of a deep moment, spiritual, deep experience. I'm grateful to Babaji for the great gift he gave me by allowing me to be part of that moment of oneness with you all and all brothers and sisters of your movement spread all over the world. I renew my vow of prayers, my vow of spiritual unity, my vow of humility, kindness, love and compassion, so that the event that will take place in the coming days in India may be very successful and may be a great witness for all the people present and for all the people who will come to know about it. My prayers, my spiritual unity, and may God the Almighty be with each and every one, and may be in the midst of all of you.
Ladies and gentlemen, let me call my wonderful colleague Sonali to the stage. Thank you.
Thank you.
Very excited to do this together with you. And we'd like to call the attendees of the panel discussion to the stage, whom are Rich Good from Germany. We will introduce them when they have arrived. Oya Erdogan, Joe Gillies, and Miguel Kevlin, please. Thank you if you join us.
And Mr.
Please
Rich
take a
Good
seat.
and Oya.
Yes. So please take a seat, Rich. Very welcome. We will be taking questions from the audience. So please listen to your hearts, and whatever comes up, there will be people helping us collecting those questions, and we will be delighted giving it to the panel. And I'm actually very much looking forward to the answers we will get, or to further questions. Miguel, very welcome everyone. Let me start with Rich Good for now, who has been a very good friend of mine and kind of a mentor, if I may say, and who is the liaison for a very special region based in the United Kingdom, Cornwall. Rich is a very interesting friend. We will see more about that tonight. And for now, very welcome, Rich. And I would be giving the microphone to you, Sonali.
I would like to introduce Jo Gillies. She's from Sydney, Australia. She's an architect. She runs sound healing centers and she does luxury waterfront homes. And she also runs 6 schools in Sydney.
Thank you. Welcome, Jo Gillies. Let us welcome the second lady on the stage, Oya Erdogan, who has become a close friend as well, and I'm always delighted by your laughter, which is so nice and which I can deeply relate to. Oya is a board member of the HKL Foundation based in the US, but actually living and working mostly from Berlin, Germany. Please welcome Oya Erdogan. And please welcome as well, as we complete the stage, Mr. Miguel Kevlin, who has been long-term friends with our host, Babaji, and who is a very important keystone to this movement, I feel. Very welcome, Miguel Kevlin.
On this panel discussion, we would request our audience to take the opportunity to ask any questions they have and make sure we also have some volunteers with us. Harang Kaur, who will be facilitating the questions from ladies' side, and Harmeet Singh Juneja, he'll be handling men's side. Whoever has any questions in there, please take this opportunity to share your questions about humility, kindness, and love.
There is one gentleman, and I see you already are served with a microphone.
I am Harmeet Singh for 2 minutes.
ਅਸੀਂ ਸਾਰੀ ਸੰਗਤਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਬੇਨਤੀ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ ਕਿ ਜੇ ਕੋਈ ਵੀ ਕੁਐਸਚਨ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਮਨ 'ਚ ਆ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਇਸ ਅਪੋਰਚੁਨਿਟੀ 'ਤੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਕੁਐਸਚਨਸ ਹਿਊਮਿਲਿਟੀ ਕਾਈਂਡਨੈਸ ਐਂਡ ਲਵ ਬਾਰੇ ਪੁੱਛ ਸਕਦੇ ਆ ਸਾਡੇ ਵੋਲੰਟੀਅਰਸ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ ਆਉਣਗੇ ਮਾਈਕ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਕੁਐਸਚਨ ਜ਼ਰੂਰ ਰੇਜ਼ ਕਰਿਓ ਥੈਂਕ ਯੂ
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਆਪਾਂ ਸਮਝਦੇ ਕਿ ਇਹ ਇਵੈਂਟ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਵਿੱਚ ਹੋ ਰਹੀ ਤੇ ਬੋਲੀ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਇੰਗਲਿਸ਼ ਜਾ ਰਹੀ ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਇਹ ਦੁਨੀਆ ਦੇ ਬਹੁਤ ਦੇਸ਼ਾਂ ਦੇ ਲੋਕ ਇਸ ਵੇਲੇ ਜੁੜੇ ਆ ਇਹਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਇਸ ਮੂਵਮੈਂਟ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਪਲੱਸ ਐਸੀ ਇਵੈਂਟ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਜੋ ਹੁਣ ਹੋ ਰਹੀ ਇਸ ਕਰਕੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਧਿਆਨ ਵਿੱਚ ਰੱਖਦੇ ਇੰਗਲਿਸ਼ ਵਿੱਚ ਬੋਲਣਾ ਪੈਂਦਾ ਤੇ पर फिर भी हाँ जी सारे ने अपन जो भी अपने अंदर कोई सवाल इन्हों को पूछना है दूरों दूरों आए मिगेल बोलिविया साउथ अमेरिका तो जो फ्रॉम ऑस्ट्रेलिया आया इन टर्बन टुडे फ्रॉम जर्मनी एंड my son Richard from England. My question to you is, we are hearing practicing humility, kindness and love. Practicing means doing something. What does this mean? I'm practicing humility, kindness, and love. It means we are being unnatural. We are doing something deliberately. Deliberately we are being humble. Deliberately we are being loving. But is it this thing or is it something deeper than, because it's not our nature. Nature is just nature. It just does it. It doesn't practice anything. Do you understand my question?
Babaji, we cannot hear you.
Can you hear me now? There's no speaker directing at the stage. That's why they can't hear.
Babaji, I heard your question. Was it okay if I go and tell them what you asked?
It would take so much time. Okay. Can you hear me now? Just a bit? Thank you. My question to you, ਜੀ ਸਾਡਾ ਸਵਾਲ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਕਿ ਆਪਾਂ ਸੁਣ ਰਹੇ ਸਟੇਜ ਤੋਂ ਕਿ ਮੈਂ ਹਮਦਰਦੀ, ਹਲੇਮੀਆਂ ਤੇ ਮੁਹੱਬਤਾਂ ਦੀ ਪ੍ਰੈਕਟਿਸ ਕਰਦਾ। ਇੱਥੋਂ ਪਤਾ ਲੱਗਦਾ ਕਿ ਮੈਂ ਜੋ ਹਾਂ ਅੰਦਰੋਂ ਉਹ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰਦਾ, ਕੁਛ ਉਹ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੋ ਰਿਹਾ ਤੇ ਮੈਂ ਪ੍ਰੈਕਟਿਸ ਕਰ ਰਿਹਾ ਹਾਂ ਕੁਛ। Is it this way or do you hear me? So we are hearing that I am practicing humility, kindness and love. It means I'm consciously suppressing my way of behaving and doing this. Is this it's about, or is it something deeper than this?
Waheguru, Waheguru, Waji Ka Khalsa Waji Fateh. Thank you, Babaji. We could hear you, and thank you for speaking in English after Punjabi because we don't understand Punjabi. Babaji, as far as putting HKL into practice, suppressing our nature, well, I do feel that part of the spiritual path, and of course, is governing with presence, so to become aware when anything that runs counter to HKL comes up within our field of feeling or thinking or speaking or doing. So certainly trying to be mindful not to speak badly, feel badly, think badly, or do badly onto another is very important. But not as essential as what I think you're truly teaching us, which is to be authentic. And for that, rather than effort, I think it takes, the word that's very dear to me is surrender. Surrender, becoming tender-hearted, innocent, doing things wholeheartedly. It's actually the most intense relaxation because, of course, trying to control our behavior is a certain level of tension, but allowing Maharaji to fully express himself, herself through us just takes complete surrendering and a presence to keep that openness, which I hope to be able to honor in my own life and seek every day to be ever quieter and silent and surrendered so that it can fully move through me and hopefully be a blessing unto the world, not a hindrance. Thank you.
Thank you for having us here. I always really feel it's such a blessing, and I can attest from my side that since the beginning of this wonderful humility, kindness, and love movement, so much has changed inside of me. And it just started with the word humility, which was familiar to me, but I had to admit that I actually don't know what it really means, because I can use words, but that doesn't mean that I have realized how to live it or how to express it, how to experience it. So I really very much needed the Sangat in order to get beautiful examples of humility so I could learn. So for that I'm very grateful. And I found that this way of learning, and together with meditation, surrendering, was a very, very deep transformation. And I feel I'm still in that process. And that's actually beautiful, because I feel like, okay, I have a little bit humility, a little bit kindness and love, and they may and shall increase until they are perfect, until they are so much in alignment with the true self that the divine can express himself or herself freely. Yes, and so within my own process, I very often stumbled and had challenges, but I have to admit that I started to love challenges. And one thing that I learned, which was for me very, very, very important, I knew that phrase. It's actually 3 phrases. I knew them for a long time, but I never experienced it. And I'm a person who is very much in the head, because I like to think. I come from an academic background. I like to understand things before I can really feel them. So I just liked these 3 sentences, and it was a wisdom shared from a monk whom I appreciate. And he said to me, you know, we often think there are only 2 ways, the right way and the wrong way. And actually there's always a 3rd option, a 3rd way, and that is God's way. Thank you.
Do we have any other questions?
Babaji, thank you. Thank you to all the panelists. My name is Joy from Delhi. My question is a follow-up on the same question Babaji asked. जब मैं इस संगत में हूँ, it's so easy to practice HKL. I get HKL from everyone, and it's so easy. But the world is full of conflict. There are wars going on. My question is, how do you practice HKL with someone who is trying to oppress you?
Thanks, Joy. Great question.
Could I take a moment to translate this question to Punjabi so the audience knows? जी ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਸਵਾਲ ਸੀਗਾ ਕਿ ਜਦੋਂ ਮੈਂ ਸੰਗਤ ਵਿੱਚ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਵਾਂ ਤੇ ਹਮਦਰਦੀਆਂ ਹਲੇਮੀਆਂ ਮੁਹੱਬਤਾਂ ਜੋ ਉਹਦੀ ਪ੍ਰੈਕਟਿਸ ਕਰਨੀ ਸੌਖੀ ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਇੱਥੇ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਦਾ ਇੱਕੋ ਟੀਚਾ ਹੈ ਸਾਰੇ ਇਸੇ ਪਾਸੇ ਚੱਲ ਰਹੇ ਆ ਪਰ ਜਦੋਂ ਆਪਾਂ ਬਾਹਰ ਦੁਨੀਆ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਜਿੱਥੇ ਇਨਸਾਨ ਨਾਲ ਲੜ ਰਿਹਾ ਜੰਗਾਂ ਛਿੜ ਰਹੀਆਂ ਮੁਲਕ ਇੱਕ ਦੂਸਰੇ ਨਾਲ ਲੜ ਰਹੇ ਆ ਅਤੇ ਦੁਨੀਆ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਸਿਚੁਏਸ਼ਨ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਕੋਈ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਹਰਟ ਕਰਨ ਦੀ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਦੁੱਖ ਦੇਣ ਦੀ ਕੋਸ਼ਿਸ਼ ਕਰ ਰਿਹਾ ਉਹਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਿਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਹਮਦਰਦੀ ਹਲੀਮੀ ਪਿਆਰ ਨਾਲ ਉਹ ਕਿਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਪ੍ਰੈਕਟਿਸ ਕਰੋਗੇ
Thank you. So basically, that question is quite personal for me. I experienced a lot of oppression and abuse as a child. And then when I became a female architect 40 years ago, it was a very difficult profession to be a female. So I had a lot of oppression and rejection. And what I found was humor is HKL for me. So humor, I like to make jokes. I like to laugh at really bad dad jokes, and my husband's very good at those. I like to look for the beauty and the soul in nature. So practicing touching a tree, talking to a tree, because the tree will talk back to you, trust me. And then also listen to your soul, which then leads you back to God. So God for me, I felt abandoned by God up until maybe 6-7 years ago. And it was confusing. Why do you suffer? Where is God when you're suffering? And then I came out the other side. So HKL for me, humility was the hardest one because it's about being vulnerable and humble. And it's hard to be vulnerable when you have been oppressed. So that's been the biggest one for me. But just being kind to my team at work, being kind to my friends and family, my dog, my crazy dog. There's a few people in the room that know my crazy dog. And it's just flipping the switch, and not wallowing in the feeling of oppression.
Please come up with your questions. We are here to answer them. Dare. Ask your questions. I'm sure every time when we have a question, we think, oh no, it's too weird or too personal. But trust me, if you pose a question, hundreds will say, oh, I'm so happy that question came. So please make all of us happy and give us your questions.
I have a question right in front of you. Could you hear me? So the question is that the amount of racism we're feeling in the world is pretty wild, and we try to practice humility, kindness, and love, but where do you draw the line when it comes to self-respect? Where do you say, I think I have to stop when it comes to my own self-respect? ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਮੈਂ ਕੁਐਸਚਨ ਪੁੱਛਿਆ ਕਿ ਜਿੱਦਾਂ ਆਪਾਂ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਬਾਹਰਲੀਆਂ ਦੇਸ਼ਾਂ 'ਚੋਂ ਆਏ ਆ ਕਿ ਅੱਜ ਕੱਲ੍ਹ ਜੋ ਰੇਸਿਜ਼ਮ ਆਪਾਂ ਫੇਸ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਹਾਂ ਬਹੁਤ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਹੋਈ ਆ ਕਿ ਆਪਾਂ ਹਲੇ ਮੀਆਂ ਹਮਦਰਦੀਆਂ ਅਤੇ ਮੁਹੱਬਤਾਂ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਨਾਲ ਸ਼ੇਅਰ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਵੀ ਅਸੀਂ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਨਾਲ ਪਿਆਰ ਨਾਲ ਗੱਲ ਕਰਨੀ ਆ ਕਿਸੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਕੋਈ ਫਰਕ ਨਹੀਂ ਦੇਖਣਾ ਪਰ ਰੇਸਿਜ਼ਮ ਕਰਕੇ ਆਪਾਂ ਕਿੱਥੇ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਉਹ ਆਪਣੇ ਆਪ ਨੂੰ ਕਹਿਣਾ ਵੀ ਹੁਣ ਸਾਡੀ ਸੈਲਫ ਰਿਸਪੈਕਟ ਕੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਆਤਮ ਜੋ ਸਾਡੀ ਸੈਲਫ ਆ ਇਹਦੇ 'ਤੇ ਹੁਣ ਅਟੈਕ ਹੋ ਰਿਹਾ ਆ ਕਿ ਉਹ ਲਾਈਨ ਕਿੱਥੇ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਡਰਾ ਕਰਨੀ ਆ
Thank you for such a powerful question. And as a white male, I have an exceptional amount of privilege and power without me even thinking about it. To hear the word racism is not something that I've had to endure in my lifetime. However, there is a voice within myself and perhaps within yours which can be intensely critical, that can be intensely cruel. Indeed, it can be so powerful that it could actually end life. However, is there a place within each of us where that begins to dissolve, where we begin to realize that there's a much more mysterious and bigger game at foot. And that if we allow ourselves the self-respect to look inside and to understand and to open up our hearts, the beauty that is unfolding in every moment, that this moment in any time, in any place, is part of God's will, and that this play is something that we can endure with grace and love. Having said that, I believe that's a personal choice where you can create your own boundaries. I'm not going to, in any way, shape or form, trying to pretend that I know what those boundaries might be for yourself. All I know is that the mystery of life is so profound that perhaps to be able to surrender, as you mentioned earlier, to the truth of what is unfolding in each precious moment is perhaps one of the best ways to meet each challenge and conflict. Anybody else want to add?
Thank you for the question, and it ties into the previous question about how do we deal with oppression. And more than an answer, I think I have a question as well for Babaji to offer us guidance in this respect, because looking back in history, even those who fully surrendered to the divine and fully manifested and fully were one in the consciousness, well, some of them in times of religious persecution and cruelty got boiled alive, flayed alive, etc., as we know from common histories of different peoples. And also people who, and they passively just sung God's praises as this was happening. And yet there were other, the example of the 10th Guru and the 6th Guru and the 9th Guru, and the 10th and the 9th and the 6th Guru took up arms. So at which point, I guess we must listen very deep within and know when one option is the best and when the other option is the best. But I do admire also the Sikh faith for taking a stand and protecting the innocent and providing a safe space where people can take refuge. And I only pray that God doesn't make it a necessity that we ever should raise arms, and thank God so far we have these wonderful spaces and the freedom to come together. May that be preserved in our lives and spread. There's enough weapons and enough hurt in the world. But maybe Babaji later can offer us more guidance in that respect.
Ji, this will be the last question. Akhirla question is session.
My humble pranams to Babaji and all our spiritual gurus, brothers and sisters, lovely children, artists. It's such a wonderful and powerful positive feeling. As I was reflecting on the HKL movement, since I'm involved in education is there a team of friends who are working to prepare some kind of curricular materials where through our education system, we can introduce humility, kindness, and love? Because UNESCO already has got a wonderful framework for the 21st century. And most countries at the United Nations have endorsed it. But if we also prepare our own curricular materials right from, primary level up to the adult level, because I work in the area of curriculum development, and all of these wonderful and powerful virtues, they can only be instilled when we work with children, the junior youth, and the young generations. So I feel that the question is, a team should be there to develop curricular materials. The other answer would be to ask Elon Musk to come with an HKL chip that can be inserted in everybody's brains and you will behave. So today humanity is so steeped in violence and conflict and bloodshed that it is incomprehensible to me that I call myself a human being. It's a shame to call myself a human being when I see so much of violence and oppression, particularly the violence and oppression and killings towards the most vulnerable sections, the women, the girl children, and the little innocent children. Humanity is gone completely bonkers, insane. Perhaps HKL movement might be able to contribute something very powerful and positive. Your reflections, our esteemed panel, please. Thank you.
I will just the card and then you can go. Thank you so much for this very, very precious question and request at the same time. And
I will quickly translate this into Punjabi briefly. जी डॉक्टर AK मर्चेंट साहब इन्होंने जो सवाल पूछा कि ਅਸੀਂ क्योंकि आप एजुकेशन पढ़ाई लिखाई दे केंद्र च काम करते खेतर च काम करते हैं तो वो कहते भी ਅਸੀਂ जे करिकुलम ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਛੋਟੀ ਉਮਰ ਤੋਂ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਹਿਊਮਿਲਿਟੀ ਕਾਈਂਡਨੈਸ ਲਵ ਜੋ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਪੜ੍ਹਾਈ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਇੰਟਰੋਡਿਊਸ ਕੀਤਾ ਜਾਵੇ ਕਰਿਕੂਲਮ ਬਣਾਇਆ ਜਾਵੇ ਤਾਂ ਕਿ ਇਹ ਜੋ ਵੈਲਿਊਜ਼ ਨੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਅੰਦਰ ਸਹਿ ਸੁਭਾਅ ਛੋਟੀ ਉਮਰਾਂ ਤੋਂ ਹੀ ਆਪਣੀ ਪੜ੍ਹਾਈ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਨਾਲ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਇਹ ਜੋ ਵੈਲਿਊਜ਼ ਹੈ ਸਿਖਾਈਆਂ ਜਾ ਸਕਣ ਅਤੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਫਿਰ ਇਹ ਵੀ ਜ਼ਾਹਰ ਕੀਤਾ ਕਿ ਜੋ ਇਨਸਾਨ ਦੂਸਰੇ ਇਨਸਾਨ ਨਾਲ ਅੱਜ ਕਰ ਰਿਹਾ ਅਤੇ ਕਿਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਉਹ ਕਿੰਨੀ ਦੁੱਖ ਦੀ ਗੱਲ ਹੈ ਜਿਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਜੋ ਇੱਕ ਇਨਸਾਨ ਦਾ ਦੂਸਰੇ ਇਨਸਾਨ ਪ੍ਰਤੀ ਜੋ ਵਤੀਰਾ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਆਪਣੇ ਆਪ ਨੂੰ ਇਨਸਾਨ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਸ਼ਰਮ ਆਉਂਦੀ ਹੈ ਸੋ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਆਸ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਇਹ ਜੋ HKL ਵੇਵ ਹੈ ਇਹ ਬਹੁਤ ਹੀ ਤਾਕਤ ਨਾਲ ਜੋ ਇੱਕ ਫੋਰਸ ਹੈ ਜੋ ਇੱਕ ਵੇਵ ਇਸ ਦੁਨੀਆ 'ਤੇ ਲਿਆਏਗਾ ਜੋ ਕਿ ਇਸ ਉੱਪਰ ਚੇਂਜ ਕਰੇਗਾ ਪਰਿਵਰਤਨ ਆਏਗਾ ਅਤੇ ਆਪਾਂ ਪੋਜ਼ੀਟਿਵਿਟੀ ਵੱਲ ਜਾ ਸਕਾਂਗੇ ਥੈਂਕ ਯੂ
Thank you, everybody. Apparently, I'm the last one to speak because we have to clear the stage for the next person. So thank you so much for that, the amazing insight. I would like to talk to that because as I have been magically working together with the Sikhs in Sydney to help design their new school, and they've chosen, I'm going to own it, the right architect. And I've chosen the right community because my spirit and soul is about the architecture has to reflect the emotions of the education. So the architecture has to support the soul, just like this space, just like the journey that Babaji has come up with, the pool of reflection, the journey. The architecture reflects the inner journey, and education must turn the architecture around so it's not square classrooms and boring rows of kids are just sitting there learning. It has to be interactive, it has to be circular, it has to fill their hearts with joy that they want to come into this school and feel good about learning. And the curriculum has to reflect the architecture of the space. And I feel that together this is the right community and the right area to do that in. So I think they're very synergistic, and I honour what you said, so I appreciate the opportunity to respond to that. Thank you.
Well, everyone, thank you very much. It really touches me as part of this movement to feel the depth of the questioning, because the questioning is so important for getting insights and for somewhat finding the truth, opening up to the truth, I guess I would say. So thank you a lot for your questions, all those really lovely souls from the auditorium. Thank you a lot for the insights, you lovely souls and mates, if I may say, here on stage who are sharing. I'm very sure, as for me, this is what I cherish the most precious as being an HKL person: dialogue, discussion from the very depth of the heart, and questioning will go on. Later today, tomorrow, for the coming days of this conference, for our coming back home, and for us trying to be a humble offer to our fellow human beings whenever they want to address us. This is at least what I feel and what I want to share with you. I'm very happy to be able to welcome another special guest amongst those special people attending today, who is Professor Dr. Amar Singh, Director of Guru Nanak Dev Ji University. Very welcome, Professor Singh. So, what also touches me a lot is what you, Babaji, have built here at Bulampur, India. And you always keep saying, what humbles me as well, that it is not about you. And I totally can feel that. It is about us working together. Because every one of you is probably gifted with the most precious jewels that, put together nicely by some other entity we can open up to, will be put together to a necklace with a beauty we are not able to imagine so far, but with the beauty that we are to experience on our path with every step and every moment, because probably there is no other thing. It's about every moment being present and not caring about the outcome, but just trying to listen and trying to bring your best to the world when you try to respond, honoring those virtues: humility, kindness, and love. We will have the special opportunity to go on meditation led by Babaji, which I'm very much looking forward to, and which will be closing the day. Afterwards, we will have tea, and I was told, I guess, biscuits, to enjoy each other's companionship. And before we go to this meditation to conclude the day together as one in diversity, I just want to announce the program for tonight, and I would love everyone to come there. There will be 2 performances at the auditorium right when you're getting out of this very building and ascend to the pond to the right. You will see an arena which is beautifully made. There we will have the program for the evening starting at 6 p.m. Everyone is cordially invited. At the end of the program for this day, yet before the conclusive meditation, which will be so precious, I guess. I want to thank everyone contributing to this day. And this is the conclusion of me coming back and thanking Babaji at first. It's about every one of us. Someone has helped build this very hall. Someone is doing the lighting. Many, many beautiful souls are doing seva, which is selfless service called in the Sikh community, which I admire a lot. They're serving tea, they're serving food, they're cooking food, they are driving people around, they're doing videography. I will be not able to mention everything, but every one of you is within my heart, and I'm very, very thankful for all your service. And I'm very thankful to be doing this job. I very much relate on every one of you, and it's so touching, like you were asking me if I wanted water or food or anything. This wouldn't work without us working together. So let's proceed. I will thank you for today. It was a pleasure and an honor to serve you here as your master of the conference. And I will be very happy to see many, many more of you after this. Thank you, and have a nice afternoon, and enjoy the evening and the company of HKL.
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੇ ਆਪਾਂ ਸਿਮਰਨ ਕਰਨਾ ਮੈਡੀਟੇਸ਼ਨ ਤੋਂ ਬਿਨਾਂ ਕਦੀ ਵੀ ਆਪਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਲੱਗ ਸਕਦਾ ਕਿ ਆਪਾਂ ਕੌਣ ਹਾਂ ਸੁੱਤਾ ਸੁੱਤਾ ਬੰਦਾ ਆਉਂਦਾ ਹੈ ਦੁਨੀਆ ਸਵਾ ਦਿੰਦੀ ਤੇ ਸੁੱਤਾ ਸਾਰੀ ਉਮਰ ਹਉਮੈ ਵਿੱਚੋਂ ਰਿਐਕਟ कर करके जींदा उन्होंने कभी अपना पता नहीं just quickly the question was that when we practice humility, kindness and love it means we are doing something which is not natural for us. It is the reverse. The way we are living now is unnatural. Living in sleep, in ego, a reactive behavior. Reactive behavior. That's how we behave with everyone. React. So we are living unnaturally now, and humility, kindness and love is our nature. ਮਿੱਠਤ ਨੀਵੀਂ ਨਾਨਕਾ ਗੁਣ ਚੰਗਿਆਈਆਂ ਤਤ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਇਹ ਚੀਜ਼ਾਂ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਅੰਦਰ ਦੇ ਗੁਣ ਹਨ Humility, kindness and love are our God-given virtues. By practice we mean that we remind ourselves that I am humility, I am kindness, I am love, and then do a lot of meditation to experience to become peaceful, to become quiet, to become still, sun samad. In that stillness, inner stillness, we are going to experience what is humility, what is kindness, and what is love. This is our nature until we start living naturally. Through practice, we mean we remind ourselves. So, the second question, that how to practice this when we are oppressed. Oppression is the word which can only be related to our ego. It has got absolutely nothing with us, with our true identity, with our soul. Soul cannot be oppressed. Our ego becomes suppressed, means our ego wants the things to happen in certain way, and the other person doesn't let me do that, what I want, and we say, I'm being oppressed. My ego is being oppressed. And through meditation, when we realize who we are, there is no ego, the question of oppression does not arise. Does it make sense? Hanji? So oppression, nobody can oppress us. Absolutely nobody. Thirdly, why the fifth Guru accepted martyrdom and the sixth Guru started wearing sword and to fight. The question by Miguel was, what's right and what's wrong? Which is the right choice? Did the fifth Guru make the right choice, or did the sixth Guru make the right choice? Did the ninth Guru make the right choice by accepting martyrdom, or did the 10th Guru make the right choice by fighting? It's not choice. Our being does not choose, it just acts. It has nothing to choose, it knows what to do. So the fifth Guru and sixth Guru, ninth Guru, 10th Guru did not choose anything. It was their inner feeling. So our ego chooses. We choose the sides in sleep. Once we wake up, there is nothing to choose. You know what to do. Okay, now the hard part, meditation. See, there is a line, मेरे मन परदेसी वे प्यारे आओ करे, वो मैं beloved foreigner mind, please come home. We are always in the foreign land, outside, never at home. So we have to first, home means that we should know the address. Address. Where is the home? In this body, there is a home. There are not many homes. There is one home in this body for us. There are many points where we can focus along the spine, but the home is one. So we have to first find and know where is my home. And that can only happen through meditation. There is no other way. There is no other way to wake up than through meditation. Okay, we are going to sing this line with such a force that we make our insides vibrate. Our insides are sleeping. ਆਪਾਂ ਇਹ ਲਾਈਨ ਇੰਨੇ ਪਿਆਰਾਂ ਨਾਲ ਤੇ ਫੋਰਸਫੁਲੀ ਗਾਉਣੀ ਤੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਅੰਦਰ ਨੂੰ ਮਹਿਸੂਸ ਕਰਨਾ, ਗਾਵੀਏ ਸੁਣੀਏ ਮਨ ਰੱਖੀਏ ਪਾਓ। ਗਾਉਣਾ ਪਿਆਰਾਂ ਨਾਲ, ਗਾਵੀਏ ਸੁਣੀਏ, ਨਾਲ ਆਪਣੀ ਆਵਾਜ਼ ਸੁਣਨੀ ਔਰ ਅੰਦਰ ਦੀ ਜੋ ਵਾਈਬ੍ਰੇਸ਼ਨਸ ਹਨ, ਵਾਈਬ੍ਰੇਸ਼ਨਸ ਹਮੇਸ਼ਾ ਸਾਊਂਡ ਪੈਦਾ ਕਰਦੀਆਂ। ਅੰਦਰ ਦੀ ਵਾਈਬ੍ਰੇਸ਼ਨਸ ਨੂੰ ਫੀਲ ਕਰਨਾ ਤੇ ਫਿਰ ਹੌਲੀ ਹੌਲੀ ਆਪਾਂ ਅਨਹਦ ਸ਼ਬਦ ਸੁਣਨਾ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ। ਬਹੁਤ ਪਿਆਰਾਂ ਨਾਲ ਅਸੀਂ ਇੱਕ ਗੱਲ ਕਹਿਣੀ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੇ ਕਿ ਜਿੰਨਾ ਚਿਰ ਆਪਾਂ ਇਹ ਗੱਲ ਐਕਸੈਪਟ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰਦੇ ਕਿ ਮੈਂ ਸੁੱਤਾ ਹੋਇਆ, ਉਨਾ ਚਿਰ ਕੋਈ ਚਾਂਸ ਹੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਜਾਗਾ। Until and unless we accept that I am in deep sleep, in deep sleep, I have a son, I have a daughter. I did not create my son. How can I claim? All He is the creator. He is the father of everyone. Ka baap, ka ki mai. ਉਹ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਕਿਹਦਾ ਪਿਓ ਤੂੰ? ਉਹ ਆ ਪਿਓ। So first thing we should look within and see, am I humble enough to accept that I am asleep? The more egoistic we are, the more we are going to resist. No, I know everything. So humility, these are the God-given virtues. These are the virtues of God, and we are the temple of God. And finally, we would recognize that there is no me, you, we, us. It is just divine light manifesting itself through infinite forms and shapes. जो दिसै सगल तू है, सब गोविंद है, गोविंद है, गोविंद है, गोविंद बिन नहीं कोई। There is only God. Anything and everything we see or hear we feel, or hear or feel is God. Okay. These are so blessed moments. Let's experience the most beautiful experience of human life is to experience our insides, to experience who this is. I'm an ignorant person, I don't know how to use it. Let's close our eyes, please. And call our wandering consciousness where our body is. Those of us who meditate, let us focus either in between the eyebrows or at the heart area or at the navel point or at the mool dwara, the root. We should have such a sense of urgency. Sense of urgency. It's a question of life and death for me. It's either to keep asleep and waste my life, or to wake up and celebrate the truth. Celebrate that whom I have been calling I is the Divine Himself. He has been hiding behind my ego. I don't let Him appear. I don't let Him appear before me. I make sure He remains hidden. Sense of urgency, and we must become totally absent from outside and present to inside. जी बच्चियां वाले बीबे थोड़ी देर 7-8 मिनट होर लगने बच्चियां नूं संभालो ताकि आप मेडिटेशन कर सकें. We should focus with such intensity that we should have no awareness about the outside world and become totally aware to the inner world. मेरे मन परदेसी वे प्यारे गुरु नानक देव जी के बच्चे आओ करे lovingly to call that wandering consciousness, call her home, come home, come home. We have wasted our life so far in ego, in reacting, in sleep, never experience food. मेरे मन परदेसी वे प्यारे थोड़ी ਸੁਸਤੀ ਪਈ ਆਪਾਂ ਪੂਰੇ ਜ਼ੋਰ ਨਾਲ ਗਾਉਣਾ ਤੇ ਜਦੋਂ ਪਿਆਰੇ ਕਹਿਣਾ ਉਦੋਂ ਤੁਰ ਹੇਠਾਂ ਤੋਂ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਸੁਰਤੀ ਨੂੰ ਉੱਪਰ ਨੂੰ ਖਿੱਚਣਾ। Starting from the deepest point, let us pull our consciousness upward towards the heart, towards the throat, towards the forehead, and then above. 10th door. Our insides must vibrate with such a force that we lose consciousness about the outside. Pyare, when we say pyare, we must lift our consciousness upward. Meditation is the journey upward, and we know. मेरे मन परदेसी में प्यारे आओ करे. When we say pyare, we bring our consciousness to the throat. Aao kare. And when we say kare, we pull the consciousness from the throat to above the head. Both be busy. I'm so grateful to you. मेरे मन परदेसी वे प्यारे प्यारे, come at this throat, stay there and bring the consciousness up. मेरे मन परदेसी वे प्यारे मेरे मन परदेसी मेरे मन परदेसी वे प्यारे मेरे मन परदेसी मेरे मन परदेसी वे आओ मेरे मन परदेसी वे प्यारे मेरे मन परदेसी वे प्यारे When we let's use all our breath, we must wake up. We must wake up and keep pulling the consciousness upward, and you would feel that your tummy becomes, it would start contracting below the navel point. That means that the consciousness from that area is being pulled upward. ਆਪਾਂ ਜਦੋਂ ਪਿਆਰੇ ਲੰਮਾ ਆਖਾਂਗੇ ਤੇ ਆਪਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਨਾਭੀ ਤੋਂ ਹੇਠਲਾ ਹਿੱਸਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਉਹ ਪੇਟ ਅੰਦਰ ਨੂੰ आना शुरू हो जू। वो प्रूफ कि अपनी सुरती उतों उपर नूं उठ रही, तेनू उपर उठाना है। मेरे मन परदेसी वे प्यारे, मेरे मन वे प्यारे, मेरे मन परदेसी वे प्यारे, परदेसी आओ करे, मेरे मन वे मेरे मन परदेसी वे प्यारे, जेड़े खलो के एक्सपीरियंस करना चाहते खलो जाओ प्लीज। Those of us who want to stand up and experience the consciousness, the mind consciousness being pulled up, then stand up and feel the मेरे मन परदेसी। Others, those don't need to stand up, please. It's not for you. मेरे मन परदेसी वे प्यारे, आओ करे, मेरे आओ करे, मेरे मन परदेसी वे प्यारे, ਬੰਦ ਕਰਕੇ ਅੰਦਰ ਨੂੰ ਮਹਿਸੂਸ ਕਰਦੇ ਰਹਿਣਾ। ਜਸਟ 3-4 times more please। 3-4 ਵਾਰ ਸਿਰਫ ਹੋਰ ਕਰਨਾ, ਪੂਰੇ ਜ਼ੋਰ ਨਾਲ, ਪਰ ਪੂਰੇ ਜ਼ੋਰ ਨਾਲ। ਉਹਨਾਂ 'ਚ ਜਦੋਂ ਮਹਿਸੂਸ ਕਰਨਾ ਆਪਣੇ ਵਿੱਚੋਂ ਬਹੁਤ ਸੰਗਤ, ਆਪਣਾ ਆਪਣੇ ਅੰਦਰ ਕੋਈ ਚੀਜ਼ ਹਿਲਦੀ ਮਹਿਸੂਸ ਹੋਊਗੀ। Feel those of us who are peaceful enough, you can feel some presence is moving within us. That presence is Him. That presence is Him. And okay, 3 times more only, but with all the energy we have. खड़े हो जाओ सारे। मैं मेरे मन परदेसी वे प्यारे, प्यारे, we come up to the throat. When we say प्यारे, come to the throat. And मेरे मन परदेसी वे प्यारे, and करे from throat to the skies. आओ करे बहुत बीबे से अखां बंद रखनी। Please keep your eyes closed and keep feeling हरकत, within. Harkat. Sign of something alive, dwelling within. If we become one with it, death cannot come to us. We will leave our body at our own chosen time. Then God gives us the freedom. It's up to you. Then jam ned na aave. ਉਹ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਹੁਣ ਤੈਨੂੰ ਮੌਤ ਨਹੀਂ ਆ ਸਕਦੀ, ਤੇਰਾ ਜਦੋਂ ਜੀ ਕਰੂ ਇਸ ਦੁਨੀਆ ਤੋਂ ਜਾਣ ਲਈ ਚਲੇ ਜਾਏ। What a state! What an opportunity! Once we become one with this alive being within, we are beyond the land of death. The death has been won over. Otherwise, death wins everyone. And we must not let this happen to us. Can we promise to ourselves, to all of us and to God? निचल मैं कर चलिए बार फिर दियां गुजर गई सारी। जे अज अपने कोलों बहुत उलंघना हो गई, 10 वजे का टाइम सी ते संगतां 11 वजे पहुंचियां। इस तरह नहीं करीदा हुंदा। ये बाजी जितन वास्ते अंतां दा डिसिपलिन चाहिए। डिसिपलिन जे 10 वजे का टाइम सी ते आपां नूं उत्थे 9:59 तक पहुँच जाना चाहिए। उहदा करके अज सारा गड़बड़ होया कुछ। कल तो आपां रोज़, कल भी ते परसों भी, कल नूं आपां 10 वजे फाउंटेन ते इकट्ठे होना ते नवीं चीज़ होनी। Tomorrow all of us are going to gather at the fountain at 10 a.m. Tonight there is a comedy evening and then a drama by the Western Sangat. And that we will only enjoy if we have done enough. If we feel that I have done enough today, I deserve to go to that comedy show. If we have done enough efforts to move close to our home, then we would enjoy. Oh, my mother, let us go home. We have wasted all the day by wandering outside, never going home, never going home. So now there is tea, coffee, some refreshments through the tunnel and outside. Gaunde gaunde jana. चल कर चलिए नीमाए फिर दयानू शाम हो गई। चल कर चलिए नी माए ਫਿਰਦਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਸ਼ਾਮ ਹੋ ਗਈ ਚੱਲ ਕਰ ਚੱਲੀਏ ਨੀ ਚੱਲ ਕਰ ਚੱਲੀਏ ਨੀ ਮਾਂ ਫਿਰਦਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਚੱਲ ਕਰ ਚੱਲੀਏ ਚੱਲ ਕਰ ਚੱਲੀਏ ਫਿਰ